and welcome to the show with everything you could ever want to make and do right at your fingertips. I'm Tim.
And I'm Naomi. And here's what's coming up on today's show. Discover how an old pasta shell and some oven-baked clay can create a handy desktop helper.
Can you guess what Naomi can make in less than 60 seconds in today's 1 Minute Make?
And we show you how to test your throwing skills in today's fun fingertips game.
And for details of lots of great fingertips makes, you can check out our website, address at the end of the show.
But first, the fingertips football clock. It looks great, it's really cheap to make, and you'll never have to be late for a match again.
Naomi?
Yes?
What time is it?
Oh no, not that time again. It's football time. Yeah, that's not quite as impressive as your clock.
My fingertips football clock. And if you make one, you'll never forget when it's football time, what time to go to training, or what time to sit down and watch a match on the TV.
Or just make one because it looks good in your room. And we give this a fingertips difficulty rating of 4. It may take a bit of time, but it's so unique, you'll be the talk of the match.
To make a football clock, surprise, surprise, you need a football. Start by placing it in a small bowl like this one, just to stop it from rolling away. And next you require some strips of kitchen roll and some PVA glue that's been diluted down with a little bit of water. The idea is to paper mache these strips over about half of the ball, like this. Just put them in place and add some more glue like that. Now, the idea is to do about 4 different layers of this. It's quite time-consuming, but it's well worth the effort because it will make your clock nice and strong.
When the layers are done and they've dried, you then need to draw a pencil line right down the middle of that paper mache'd half. And here's a fingertips top tip. If you get hold of one of these old school fabric tape measures, it makes the job a whole lot simpler. Now you need to cut along this line, so take your scissors and push them carefully underneath that dried tissue. And now you need to start to cut. And the reason you do this is it makes it a lot easier to peel the paper away from the ball if it's in 2 pieces. So do this carefully and take your time.
Once you've taken the bits off, you need to turn both halves inside out. Now, this one's already been done, and as you can see, it simply means that any lines or textures from the ball, which have been transferred to the kitchen roll, will then be on the outside, and it helps to make the ball look really realistic. Then you need to put them back together and simply secure them on the inside, like I've done with this one, and make sure it's held nice and secure.
And now you're ready to decorate your ball. You can make up a design or copy one from another ball, it's up to you. Paint it on, or what about using fun foam shapes? These give a really individual and realistic effect. And once you've glued them all into place, it should look something like this. And as you can see, we've added some numbers as well, which we copied from another clock. Next, you need to make a hole right in the centre. This one's already been done on this ball. Use a sharp pencil or scissors to make that, and take care as you do it. Then get hold of a clock mechanism, which you can get from DIY and craft shops, and use that hole to fix the hands and the mechanism in place, not forgetting to follow the instructions when you're doing it.
Once your mechanism is safe and secure and the battery bit's been taped inside, you can leave it like this, or why not add a back plate to really finish it off? Here, we've taken a circle of cardboard, which we've just covered in green foam, and then added some white fun foam edging. It looks great, doesn't it? And there you have it, your very own football clock.
Oh, fantastic! And you know, if you're not that into football, you could always make a bright orange slam-dunking basketball clock.
Or what about this fab American football clock?
Brilliant. So, what time is it now?
Well, it's time for something else, of course. This is Makeover Fingertips, the part of the programme where we show you how to make something by recycling stuff you'll probably find lying around your home. So, what about this lot? Pasta shells, oven-baked clay and paints. Well, with a little bit of fingertips know-how, I'm going to show you how to transform these into one of these, a fingertips desktop helper. Not only do they look great on your desk, but they're brilliant for keeping your bits and pieces neat and tidy. And we give the desktop helpers a fingertips difficulty rating of 2. Nice and easy, so Try it yourself. Take a blob of oven-baked clay and roll it into a small sausage shape. Next, gently slide one end of the clay into a pasta shell opening. This will be the main body of your desktop helper. Then gently ease this end upwards to make a sort of neck. It should now look like a snail emerging from its shell. Now you need to create somewhere to hold your pen or pencil. So take a pencil and press it into where you want the mouth to be. For the eyes, roll a small amount of green clay. Add some white circles of clay for the eyeballs, and some black dots of clay for the pupils, and a couple of eyelids. Then push them into your desktop helper's face like this. And add another one on the opposite side. Now carefully separate the pencil from the mouth and take away the shell from the clay. Bake what's left in the oven according to the guidelines on the packaging. Whilst that's going on, you can decorate the shell however you like, with multicoloured acrylic paints. Once the clay comes out of the oven, it should be rock hard. Then stick the body back to the shell and take a small piece of feather and glue it to the back of the head so it looks like some wispy hair. Finally, don't forget to put your pencil back in your desktop helper's mouth. And here he is, a fingertips desktop helper. Great, isn't he? And of course you can make all sorts of different helpers to look after all sorts of bits and pieces. How about using a real shell like this one to make a handy pen holder? Or what about this crazy crayon conch biting on a paintbrush? Or why not use some glitter on your shell to make this spangly disco dude? So why not recycle some old shells to make your very own fingertips desktop helper?
Got a minute?
Because this is the part of the programme where we show you something which will take less than a minute to make using odds and ends from around the house.
Today it's my turn to make.
And it's my turn to time.
And this is all I need, not very many things.
Now, we're not going to tell you exactly what it is, so see if you can guess along the way. Are you ready, Naomi?
I am raring to go, good looking.
Is that a clue?
Yeah, it might be, or it might just be a reflection of my confidence. I think this is going to be a cinch, this one.
All right, let's get on with it then. 3, 2, 1, go!
Right, start off with a CD and a piece of pink felt that's the same size as that CD.
Easy for you to say?
Not really. And then cut 2 crescent shapes, one slightly bigger than the other.
10 seconds gone.
That's the big one. And that's the slightly smaller one. Right, now glue. And I've got to put a little bit on the top of the CD.
20 seconds.
And a bit along the bottom.
You feeling confident?
No.
We'll see.
Put the small one on there.
Half your time is now up.
Oh, really? Already? Oh, we've made that a bit big. Never mind. A bit of glue along this piece of black foam that we've cut. Stick that on
20
top.
seconds to go.
It's starting to take shape. Now I need a black marker pen. Just go around the
15
middle,
to go.
around there. And that could
10,
spend a bit more time making this a bit more neat.
8,
Yeah, time. Oh,
7,
then throw away this
6,
pen.
5,
And
4, 3, 2...
And stop the clock!
Oh! Amazing, that was very,
And then
very
it's
close. 59 seconds. So it's a big eye. So what?
Well, it's more than just an eye, actually, because you have a look in the CD, because it's reflective, you can also use it as a mirror.
Oh, yeah, that's neat. I like it.
And the best thing is you get these CDs free through the post all the time. Look what we made with 3 months' worth of junk mail. You can make a jewel-encrusted, sparkling CD mirror, and there's my initial on the bottom in sequins.
Oh, what about this fantastic football boot and football made out of fun foam?
Or a very pretty, funky flower, complete with ladybird.
Oh, what a brilliant idea.
So why not pick up a stopwatch and have a go yourself and make a fingertips CD mirror?
In under a minute. This is Fun Fingertips, the part of the programme where we show you something that's fun to make and fun to play.
Hats off to you, Tim.
And to you too, Naomi.
Actually, that's the whole idea. This game is called Hats Off to You. Now, the aim of the game is to throw balls at the funny faces to see if you can knock off all of their hats. How are you getting on?
Brilliant.
And we give this game a fingertips difficulty rating of 4. Can be a bit tricky, But you're going to have a ball making it.
Start by taking a cereal packet and just cut it in half lengthways right the way around the middle. You then need to stand one half inside the other. Tape or glue this into position, and now you can paint it. As you can see, I've painted the outside brown and the inside white, but of course you can choose any colours that you like. Now you can jazz this up a bit with some panels, and I've made these from some more cardboard and added some extra 3D details made from fun foam. There are also two side panels which slot into place like this. And you may spot there's a couple of holes in these. I'll tell you why those are there a little bit later. Finally, I've made a top panel. You just need to stick or glue all of these into position. When that's done, that's the box part of your basic game complete.
Next, you need some little people who can wear hats. So cut out 8 circles of card about 5 centimetres wide for the heads. Then cut some cocktail sticks in half, and you need to position a piece with the spike pointing inwards at the top of the head so that about 1 centimetre or so sticks up at the top. Take this into place, and that little bit at the top is what the hat will sit on. Then cut some straws in half, and again tape a piece on the back of the head, but this time at the bottom, because this is going to be the neck. So tape it securely, and to strengthen the neck, take 2 pipe cleaners, any colours that you like, and holding them together, starting at the top near the head, you need to wind these around the straw. So keep winding round and round until the straw is completely covered. Keep going, and when you've finished, you should have some spare left at the end, which you're going to need later on. But that is your basic person, so you need to make 8 of those.
When you've made all 8, you can paint them any colour you like or stick on some fun foam for the faces. We've added some funny bits and pieces like googly eyes and even some felt pen, moustaches and eyebrows. Now you need to get yourself 2 pieces of garden stick, and they need to be slightly wider than the width of your cereal packet. Take one of your little characters and just use the bottom of the pipe cleaners to wind him into place. You need to do both sticks, each with 4 characters.
And when they're tied on securely, they should stand up like these, and then just pop either end of the stick into those holes that you made at the ends of your game box. There, all present and correct, but they need some hats. And when it comes to millinery or making hats, you can invent your own. This little top hat is made from a section of a sweetie tube with a thin card or foam top and bottom. And at the bottom of every hat you make, you need to make a little slit like this. That allows you to stick the cocktail stick inside so it balances on his head. I've made a little fez, also from a section of sweetie tube like that. There's the slit, and that can go on your head. Oh, suits you. And a little magician's cone hat. Again, there's the slit, and on it goes. So you've got 8 little people. That means you need to make 8 little hats.
And when all the hats are done, you can add some extra bits of decoration like we have on this one. And then you're ready to play. Just take it in turns and see how many throws it takes one person to knock off all those hats.
Ready?
Go for it.
Take that.
Oh.
Sorry, Tim. Take that.
Nearly there.
Go on. Oh, yes! Did it in 6 throws.
Hats off to you, Naomi. Well, that's it for today.
Don't forget to check out the Fingertips website. The address is on the screen now.
And we'll see you again very soon for more Fingertips. Bye!